Okay, got a Kickstarter delivery here, and I know what this is, but I haven't opened anything else other than the box that it came in, because this is probably my most anticipated game. Well, it was going to be my most anticipated game of last year, but it didn't come out last year, and it just arrived January 2015, so one of my most anticipated games of this year. Thankfully, first month, I don't have to wait too long. And that game is Fief, 1429, France. I backed this at a pretty high level on Kickstarter. From Academy Games, the people who did 1775 Rebellion, 1812 The War of Canada, Conflict of Heroes. It is a Middle Ages political negotiation game set in France. I don't know too much about the actual rules. I never played the original that came out in 2011, but I love negotiation games. I love sort of the medieval era, and from what I can understand from the Kickstarter page, this was basically a board game version of Crusader Kings 2, which is one of my favorite PC games. So, without further ado, let's see what is in here. We've got this is the plastic buildings thing that you could back. So it's got all of these. I don't know if you can see this. All these buildings in plastic instead of using tokens on the board. So the board's got like a 3D quality to it, and there's plastic castles and abbeys and windmills and stuff like that. So that should be exciting. I'll open that up in a second. We've got this awesome first player marker, which is a crown, which is in a really big plastic bag. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Metal crown with a cross on it, so that's neat. First player marker, I think. This is the expansions pack, and it comes with all of this stuff, which is really cool. I'm gonna probably play with the base game for a little bit before I add any of this stuff, but Tactics expansion, Crusades expansion, Teutonic Knights expansion, Templars expansion, Politics expansion, which will probably be my favorite. So I'm excited to get into that, so that's cool. I love the art on the cover. It's just very evocative of the Middle Ages period, which is awesome. Speaking of Conflict of Heroes, advertisement for that, and their catalog. We'll look at that later. Here is so I backed with there's Uwe Eichert, who's the guy who runs Academy Games. I backed at the level that allowed you to get a signed, limited edition signed proof of backing kind of thing. So this is actually signed by Philippe Moucheboeuf, who was the designer of the game. So that's cool. Metal coins that were stamped with sort of the Middle Ages sort of like, you can't really see it. I'll bust those open, but they're stamped really nicely. And then, the main event. Fief, France 1429. Love that cover art. Very cool. Here's the back. This is going to be so fun to play. It's a game of dynastic ambition, where players lead noble families in the medieval kingdom of France. One of the things you can do in the game is you can actually marry the characters of other players. You can marry your own characters to their characters and form an alliance and have shared victory, which is like one of my favorite mechanics in games. So let's break this open, and I will be right back. Alright, let's take a look at what is in the box. It's pretty heavy. I imagine there's a lot of cardboard in there. Sorry about the glare. Rulebook. It's got the sort of style that Academy Games is known for, with Conflict of Heroes, that sort of 4-column. Got pictures, illustrations. Not too bad in terms of page length. Looks like it's 19 pages, which is substantial, but not the longest I've ever seen. What I was talking about earlier, alliance victory. Alliance of 2 players through marriage wins if they have 4 VPs at the end of a round. I love shared victory conditions. Here's what it looks like all set up. Really well done. And again, I just love the way this looks up here. I love the heraldic symbols, the sigils, all the different people that sort of in the game that are represented. So I'm really excited for this. We have got player aids. Looks like 6 of them because this game plays 6 players, up to 6 players. Looks pretty in depth. There's on the back sort of a game round overview, which is cool. Phase 1 is called Hear Ye, Hear Ye. That's very medieval. Not as much cardboard as I was expecting. Here are some more player sheets. It looks like, to keep track of your troops and resources and whatnot, potentially. Looks like they're the same on both sides. There's a pink player. Looks like. Here's the blue one. Yep, so those go with the players. Got some cardboard, all tokens for all the players. We've got knights, trebuchets, men-at-arms, it looks like. Doves, peace doves, maybe. Looks like there's a set for every player, which is cool. This one has got the castles and towers and buildings and people, which are cool. These, like I said, I got the plastic 3D pieces, so you don't need to use these, it doesn't look like, and I'll show you that next after I get to the metal coins. And then looks like money, windmills up here, which are, again, in the 3D terrain, 3D pieces thing. Here is the board. I might not be able to have space to open it all the way up. Oh my goodness, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Oh man, look at that. France in all of its game-tastic glory. I really can't wait to play this. I have to be honest, I'm having like... Whoop, those are the metal coins. I'm having like a moment right now of excitement because I cannot wait to play this. Dice of different types. They're all wood. Looks like wood painted. Pretty nice. Stands for the characters. Cards. Small cards. And not very many, which is good. I have heard about them bending and warping a little bit and being chipped. It does look like they're kind of wanting to bend this way a little, but if you sleeve them, they should be okay. Let's take a look inside of the package. And one thing I want to comment on too, and I always give props to companies when they do this, the insert. Academy Games makes the best inserts. I know for a fact that everything will be able to fit in here. At least what comes in the box will be able to fit in here, no problem. Everything has a space. They make great inserts, and I always want to call it out when I see it. So here are the cards. Some windmills, some village houses, 2 children in the back of a wagon, a dude who's bleeding out after what looks to have been shanked by a thief, a headsman, which is great. These are awesome. I love the art. It's sort of like comic art a little bit, which is kind of interesting. So I'm not sure what role the cards play in the game, but they look pretty neat. There's some characters, which is cool. Same art that was in the manual and on the tokens, it looks like. Yeah, really nice. The texture is nice. They're linen, it looks like. Yeah, they're linen. Yeah, no problems with the cards for me. They're not chipped or anything. So that's Fief. That's what's in the game box. Let me next go to the metal coins. Okay, so I've laid out some of the pieces, and I'll give you a closer look at those, and the metal coins. These are so amazing. Pretty heavy-duty metal, and they are stamped with sort of this Middle Ages look to them. Just fantastic. These are the small ones, or these are the they're about the size. These are about the size of dimes. Then there's another. There's smaller ones. If I can get this to focus. These are kind of half dime size. Again, they're very pretty. Here's some size comparison. Love that sound. They're gonna be really fun to play with. And then there's a couple bigger versions. It's got sort of $half size, which you can see they're just really, really nicely done. They're like really embossed and textured. And here, looks like they've got Latin around the outside. It's really good stuff. So these are like, this is a quarter size, these are like $half size. And finally, a game comes with one giant gold. This must be worth a lot of money because there's only one of them. But excellent stuff. All right, and now I've kind of laid out some of the pieces, the 3D pieces on the board here, so you can kind of see what it looks like. These square spaces here look like they're going to play home to these castles, which they even have a little entryway into the castle, which is really cool. It's really going to make the game kind of pop, I think, when you're playing on the table, but I assume they go in these square spaces. They're about the same size. You've got towers, which are pretty nice. And I guess if you're into painting, you probably want to paint all of these, which would be make it even look more amazing. Oop. Towers, windmills, pretty cool. I'll take some pictures too and put them up right now so you can see them. And an abbey or a church. All in all, I am very excited to play this game. Very excited. And it's a really quality production, as you can tell. So, well done, Academy Games. As far as a view of this, we'll see. I have... I'm going to be playing it this weekend, and so once I get a couple under my belt, I'll probably get my thoughts on it. But there you go, Fief 1429. Fief France 1429. Just came, Kickstarter, and I assume it will be going to stores sometime in the next little while for people who want to pick it up. See ya.